Oh my goodness, I'm officially live. Great. I'm here because I'm ready to talk to you all about ways that we can prepare for the coming changes. I have prepared for this live with a downloadable PDF that you can take away to also help yourself to prepare for the coming changes. And I'm very grateful to be here with you. So I always like to start my lives with getting grounded and allowing us to bring the heart center into this exchange, this energetic exchange. So let's all take a minute to ground in. So we're going to do, it's the 1st of October. It's 10:01. All right, guys, here we go. So take a big breath in and sigh it out. Let's do 3 more. Mm-hmm. All right. So, coming to the heart center, we are in such an amazing time on Earth, and we are going to be moving through some major changes that might seem dramatic, but we have been preparing for these times, and now they are going to unfold in front of us, and all of the tools that we have been implementing to help us to stay regulated, to stay grounded, and to stay heart-centered are going to really come into their light this month as we all navigate the unknown. And what I had planned for this video was to share with you a message from the Eternal Life Council. They are the soul, like sort of like the library, the Akashic library, oversoul seers. So the Eternal Life Council is really here for all of us, and really move through the heart space to bring forward their message. And this is how they started this preparation list message. Beloved hearts, you are standing at the threshold of change. Not a change to fear, but a shift that asks for your presence, discernment, and readiness. The cycles of Earth are realigning, and the structures you have known are being rearranged to make space for the new. You are here for this time, chosen for this very work. Preparation will ease the transition, but your courage and trust will make it an adventure rather than a burden. Here is what we ask you to hold in your homes, in your bodies, and in your hearts. I just love that. And please do pop in the comments, what have you already prepared? How have you known to start preparing for the change? And what tools do you have for your grounded nervous system regulation as you move through the chaotic atmosphere that the collective will be feeling? And just remembering that not everybody has been prepared for these times, and many will be shocked. So that energetic wave will move through our collective, and many of us empaths will feel that. And that can be really challenging when the collective moves through these big waves of awakening, and then us empaths feel it. And one of the things that my guides are telling me and my clients is that we must come home to the heart. We must ground daily, and we must clear what is not ours to carry. So energy hygiene is a really important tool for us to implement daily, so that we can stay present with what our energy is asking of us as we navigate the changes, rather than reacting to what the collective is feeling. So I'm a very practical person, and what I want this live and this video to bring for you is a practical takeaway that you can start implementing right away so that you can feel ready for the coming changes, and so that you can really embody that warrior of light, that you can help yourself to stay grounded and know that when things start to happen, that you're already ready, that you're not scrambling to try and get things that you put off, because it is the time. It is the time. It is the time. I would say that again. My guides keep telling me it's the time. There's no waiting any longer. The My preparation has been happening for a couple of years. When I first awoke to the challenges and changes that were coming, I was in fear, and I did a lot of pantry stocking and fear buying. And as I've been moving through this, letting go of these perspectives and coming into the heart and moving from that space, I've been able to really refine what I am stocking up, and to understand that everything that we need will come to us, that as we move through these shifts, that we will see that we have been using the 3D items to not like to take away the sting of what is coming, versus being in it and accepting that the sting is part of the growth. And that's where we as a collective have the power to start creating the things that we do need that are aligned for everyone. So that would be local food, that would be seasonally eating, that would be community gardens, that would be water security, that would be a cash and small denominations, that would allow for exchange of energy amongst our communities, that is not monitored or taxed, warmth and light. So that if we have power outages, the CMEs for this from the sun have been very dramatic in the last couple of days. We've had some major earthquakes, 3 major earthquakes in the last couple of days. And so just being prepared for major events is also important, knowing that the earth is going through a cycle. So we're going to need to have tools on hand that will help us just to have comfort as a human in a human body. These avatars need to eat, and they need to sleep, and they need to have comfort, personal hygiene, medicine chest. So that would be herbal tinctures, activated charcoal in case somebody ate something or undercooked something. And we have a lot of ways to help ourselves when we do prepare, and things on hand like activated charcoal can be a lifesaver. Thinking about communication tools, thinking about seeds for next year, as we know that the food system is going to collapse due to the worldwide trade system collapsing. We're going to need to be able to grow our own food and adjust. So these are some of the things on the list. Water security is one that I've really been speaking a lot to with my spiritual support group here in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. We meet twice a month, and I've been pushed as a holistic nutritionist and someone who values the quality of water, because water is life. That water security, so a high quality water filter, a Berkey, Alexa Pure, Centivia. I wouldn't recommend the fridge ones. I would recommend something that would take out like 98% through carbon filtration of like hormones and chemicals and plastics. These things are going to be really important. I also recommend stocking your pantry with things that are going to bring you nourishment, amongst the beans and rice, like sprouts. Sprouts are very easy to grow. You can grow sprouts in a small jar on a window ledge with a small amount of water, and they have 500 times the nutrients of the adult plant. So just understanding that sprouts is a very simple way for you to nourish your family now. They're full of all the minerals that our food system lacks anyways, because most of the food has been sitting on the shelves or chemically ripened. And so when you have sprouts in your diet, you have higher manganese, magnesium, all the different minerals that support longevity, mitochondrial health, digestive health, enzymes. Sprouts are very safe to grow at home. The more people get sick from store-bought sprouts than homegrown sprouts. You just need to wash them at least twice a day. It's very easy to store them. So sprouts would be one I really recommend. So shelf-stable foods like legumes, nuts, beans, nut butters, dried fruits, seeds. I also recommend powdered greens like chlorella and spirulina. These two blood purifiers are really essential for the times that we're in, heavy metals in the sky, things like that. And I also recommend bone broth powders for, the fact that you might not be able to get bones, or meat in general. Having bone broth powders are really good for the digestive system. Also canned fish, canned foods, whatever your family will eat. We have been canning foods and just having granola bars and protein bars and things like that on hand are really essential as well. Now, cash in hand, this is really going to be helpful for the changeover to the digital system. It'll help you to have autonomy in small denominations. When you're at the grocery store, they're not going to take 100 from you for a $20 purchase. Though here in Canada, nothing comes under 100 these days. So just having small denominations will allow for ease of sharing of goods and that among your community. And then warmth and light, so wool blankets, candles. I really recommend getting beeswax candles. Don't be in a closed room with a scented propane or propylene glycol or any of those sort of candles that are not natural. If you do have to use those, you have to open the window, and in winter temperatures, you're going to let out your warmth. So thinking about the types of candles that you have laying around. Beeswax actually purifies the air while it burns, so this is really important. Oil lamps or LED lanterns with extra batteries. I've stocked up on batteries. I do feel like, we're going to really need to be self-sustainable for a long time. So just having extra batteries and things like that on hand. They're also good trading items for food, for eggs, for things like that. Cooking alternatives, if we don't have electricity, how are you going to use your stove? Do you have a camping stove with fuel? Do you have a solar cooker or a rocket stove? Do you have a way to make a fire outside? Do you have a fire pit? What cooking things can you use on that said fire pit? Some of you don't have cast iron pans. So these will be really important. Then your medicine cabinet. Now, I am a bit of a witch. I love my herbal tinctures and immune support and teas, and I'm actually going to do a whole workshop here online about how you can support your family with your own apothecary, and I will be going into deep diving into that. So just knowing that you need to have first aid supplies, magnesium, electrolyte powder, multivitamins, and again activated charcoal for any poisonings that could happen. And then personal hygiene, so biodegradable soap if you have to shower, bath outside. You don't want to be, just not using natural soaps for that. An extra bit of toothpaste, extra toothbrush, things like that. Menstrual products. For me, I have, reusable, washable menstrual products, and I recommend that you would look at something like that long term. You would need to have something like that. If the global distribution systems are not working, what are you going to do? Wet wipes will be helpful, in a pinch. Durable clothing and footwear. So, of course, thinking about the winter season coming, and if we had to stay warm and there was no power, you have thermal socks and sturdy shoes and warm layers, waterproof layers even. Then communication tools. So we have a wind-up radio that will help us stay in contact with the outside world without having to leave our home. Portable phone charger, battery packs, things like that. And then again, the garden readiness. So being aware that we're going to be moving to more local food systems, and so to really help yourself by having seeds on hand to start your own garden, and that would allow you to also have some bartering items. Now, this is where it gets interesting because we're moving into the emotional and mental anchors. And this is to keep your heart steady and your mind clear. And for me, this is really important because many people are stuck in fight, flight, freeze already, let alone going through a major system change. They're having these practices already down, like knowing what to do and having practicing them enough times that you know which one works, especially when you're really stuck. And you need short ones, you need long form ones. For me, I practice breathwork daily, meditation daily. Prayer is something that some of my friends practice daily. And it just really helps to set the day up for success and to clear what is not yours as well. So having your grounding practices, your energetic hygiene practices, where you clear away what's not yours to carry. And then community circles, so staying heart-centered with the souls who support each other without fear and continue meeting. So for me, that's my spiritual support group. We will continue meeting no matter what's going on outside so that we can support each other. So if you're in the Nanaimo area and you want to join the support group, please just email me through my website. My website's www.Teri-Ann same as my name here on YouTube. And you can click through to see my schedule to work with me through the bioenergy healing tab. Now, creative tools, I think, are essential for getting through these times. You know, you're not going to have entertainment. So entertainment for the family would be really great. Journaling, art supplies, instruments, because creativity keeps the nervous system open and adaptable. So you want to have something that your kids can do that's not based on electricity. We have a ton of games in our home, tons of art supplies as well. And these types of things would really, they keep us grounded as it is, let alone when the world is going through major shifts. Story and song, so keeping music on hand or instruments on hand, uplifting books, sacred words to nourish our spirits when the outer world feels heavy. So reading really great books, poetry, and self-help books, anything that can help you to get out of a stuck, maybe victim mode that sometimes can creep in. Nature time, touch the earth daily, just getting outside to be in nature. It resets your nervous system and attunes you to receiving guidance. So really allowing for space and clearing away what's not yours. And then the energetic and spiritual supports that can really help you to hold your frequency steady during rapid change. So energetic hygiene, as I've been saying over and over, because it's so important. Regularly clearing your energy for yourself and for your home. You could do that with sage, cedar, sound, and even with me, bioenergy healing. You can ground with your guides. There's a lot of ways that you can clear your energetic system so that you can stay spiritually supported. And then protection symbols, you can wear them around your house. You can have them in your home. You can use salts to clear your body, crystals to clear your body, written prayer. There's a lot of things that you can do that would help you to stay in the higher frequency and not be psychically attacked. Because your light's so bright, you do need to ensure that you are aware that you are standing out. Of course, no fear needed, that you understand and trust that because your light is so bright that you can protect yourself from any energies or entities or beings or human beings that are trying to bring you down to their level. All right. If you have something that you'd like to say about that, I'd love to hear about that, because so many people have this idea of that they don't have to worry about that stuff. But I have personally been psychically attacked, and it's very important that the rituals of clearing are part of your daily routine. So light body strengthening. Now, practicing breath work expands your energy field so that you can stand in the sunrise to absorb the light code. So you're going to be getting out in the sun like as much as you can every day, at least 30 minutes every day, to also practice breath work and to stay present in your body, just to sit and see what's different. A lot of different has been coming through for me. I actually have been channeling a whole different group of people, or entities, would be a better word to put it. And I'll be dropping some information about that in the video because it's so big and exciting. And it's because I've been making space to receive. And so I'm hoping for you that during this time, you'll also be making space to receive communication from higher realms for the benefit of everybody. Then begin each day with an invitation to your guides and angels to show you the next right step. I think this would be really important for everybody to ask your guides and spirit team for help, because most people don't do it. They forget to say it out loud, and it's really helpful for them if you say it out loud, because your monkey mind can be very hard for them to discern. This is what my guides have told many of my clients. Okay, so mindset. So offer help where you can, but giving keeps, over giving is a problem. So just making sure that you're in giving, because giving keeps fear from taking root, but also service to self is a very important part right now. I think there's a lot of people who are just over givers, and that's where you deplete yourself. So making sure that you're giving from an open space, an overflowing cup, because of all the practices that you have put into place to allow you to see from a higher perspective. So the last and final part of this guide that you can get from me is the final words from the Eternal Council of Life is, we remind you, beloved ones, these changes are not here to undo you. They are here to unbind you. And the world is passing away. The world that is passing away held both comforts and cages. The world that is arriving asks more for your presence, but offers more of your freedom. Stay rooted in community, hold fast in your joy, and remember that preparation is not just stockpiling, it's a state of being. You walk as the lanterns in the night. We are always with you. And I do believe that you know this, and that's why you're here now, and you were called towards this video. So if you want to get a hold of this PDF, this printable guide as to what to stock, all you need to do is go over to my website and click to register on the newsletter page, and I will be sending that out with this link for you to download this. So www.Teri-Ann and you can get a hold of this list so you can start practicing and preparing and readying your heart to stay open. I'm very grateful for all of your time and energy here, and I am ready to really be in service to share only what serves and to stay heart-centered through these amazing times of growth. I'll be dropping a couple of videos over the next couple of days that will be channeled messages and meditations to help carry you through this week. So please keep an eye out for those. And if you enjoyed this content, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me to be found by others. And yeah, I really appreciate you and sending you so much love. We got this.